In the 20th century, in the Red Crow Indian Reservation, the old man Jizigu sets out on his boat to fish in the lake. When he returns, he begins cleaning the fish he caught. But he's horrified to see that although their internal organs have been removed, they are still moving. Meanwhile, Sheriff Trailer is called to a scene after a report concerning his ex-wife's dog. He discovers the dog has been poisoned and is forced to shoot it to end its suffering. Afterwards, he visits his ex-wife, Joss, who tells him their son Joseph has been taken into custody and can only be released under his father's supervision. As Trailer gets into his car, he receives a call from the station. A man has been reported eating a live chicken. He also learns that his other son, Lysol, has been arrested along with Joseph. At the same time, the station receives a call from Jizigu, who is afraid of something. Trailer then heads to see his father. Jizigu shows him the inside of a box where all the supposedly dead fish are still twitching. They decide they must burn them. As they head outside, they notice the car trunk lid is moving. When they open it, the previously dead dog leaps out and tries to attack. But Trailer quickly shoots it dead. They burn both the fish and the dog to ensure they won't return. Meanwhile, in jail, Joseph and his half-brother Lysol hear their cellmate vomiting in the corner. They assume he's drunk. But suddenly, the white man starts spewing blood violently and collapses. Trailer and Joss arrive at the station to pick up the kids. At the front desk, a cop makes a snide remark that Trailer's kids have been arrested more often than street prostitutes, which angers Joss, and she decides to wait in the car. The officer explains that Joseph was arrested for climbing a bridge and defecating on a passing car. When they head to the cell to release the boys, they find the vomiting man unconscious on the floor. Suddenly, his eyes snap open, now completely white, and he attacks the officer with unnatural strength. Trailer rushes in to subdue him. Joseph tries to help by punching the man, but the attacker bites his arm. The man then goes back to assaulting the officer, trying to bite him too. The others struggle to pull him off. In a frenzy, the officer beats the man with his baton until he passes out. Furious, Trailer throws the officer out and locks the cell. Shortly after, the strange man wakes up again and starts violently pounding on the cell door. Trailer leaves with his sons. Later, Joseph meets his pregnant girlfriend Charlie. She says she's considering an abortion and hasn't told her father yet. He wouldn't approve of her being with a native man. The two hold hands and decide to keep the baby. Meanwhile, Joss starts her nursing shift at the hospital and notices they're out of tetanus vaccines. A colleague says the hospital is overflowing with bite cases. At that moment, Joss hears a noise in the corridor. People are fleeing in panic. A patient is attacking a doctor, trying to tear him apart. That evening, Trailer visits his friend Shooker. Shooker's wife has been acting strangely. Trailer goes upstairs and finds a horrifying scene. The white woman is eating her own baby. She immediately lunges at Trailer and manages to bite his arm. He throws her off repeatedly, but she keeps attacking. Eventually, he escapes the house, but she follows and bites Shooker. As they roll on the ground, Trailer retrieves his shotgun and strikes her in the head, killing her. He and Shooker flee the scene in the police car. At the hospital, they find a dead man on top of an ambulance, about to wake up. Joss appears and shoots him in the head. Joseph is trapped inside the ambulance with another infected patient. As the man bites him again, Trailer fires the door open, allowing Joseph to kick the attacker out. The woman then tries to attack Trailer, but Bumper arrives with a chainsaw and slices her head in half. The group meets up with Jizigu at the bridge and burns the bodies. Jizigu confirms what they feared. The dead are coming back to life, and it's real. 6 months later, the world has collapsed. It turns out all these attacks were the beginning of a zombie outbreak. The apocalypse has begun. But Trailer and his tribe survived, as the indigenous people are immune to the bites. Lysol mocks a captured soldier zombie, hanging him in chains. At that moment, Joseph arrives with 3 white refugees, a woman named Lilith, a man, and his young daughter. As Lysol checks the girl, he finds a hidden bite mark and shoots the man for hiding it. He blames Joseph for not inspecting them properly. He then tells the man he must kill his daughter himself or he will. Charlie steps in, challenging him. If my baby is infected, will you kill it too? Lysol immediately says yes. Joseph punches him in anger, but the fight is stopped by Trailer. Trailer scolds them both and agrees the girl must be killed. Charlie pleads for her life, but Lilith and the man are dragged inside. Bumper hesitates, uneasy about killing a child, but as soon as the girl opens her zombie eyes, Trailer takes the axe and finishes her off. Afterward, the man is told to burn the bloody blanket. Joss questions Lilith about being bitten or eating flesh. Lilith swears she hasn't. But in the bathroom, she checks a hidden bite mark in the mirror. Then she hears a noise. The man has killed himself and is now about to reanimate. Trailer and his team discuss how to further secure the refuge. The zombie numbers are growing faster than they can burn bodies. At the bridge, Bumper uses a massive thresher to tear zombies apart. It saves ammo and is brutally efficient. But a new issue arises. Survivors from outside are flocking to the refuge after hearing about the native immunity. The numbers are becoming unmanageable. Gasoline is now the most critical resource. A meeting is interrupted by news of a zombie in the bathroom. Trailer rushes in with a machete and kills it. That night, Charlie tells Joseph that Lysol has become more unstable since the outbreak. People are treating her cruelly, fearing her baby will be a zombie, because she's white. Joseph reassures her that his blood will protect the baby. At the same time, Trailer goes to Joss. He's been bitten by a zombie, and while she tends to his wound, they talk about their grandchildren. Trailer's body is covered in scars from past attacks. Later, Lysol complains about the rising number of white people in the refuge. He fears one day they'll rebel against being ruled by natives, and that even one liar could cause an outbreak inside. While Trailer, Joseph, and Jizugu believe in helping others, Joss now sides with Lysol. Sick of being criticized, Lysol throws a secret party with booze, weed, and powdered drugs. Things spiral out of control. Lysol apologizes to Joseph for threatening his baby, but Joss believes it's just the drugs talking. Just then, he gets a call from friends at the station asking for bail. He rushes over. When the cops see blood on his mouth, they assume the worst and arrest him immediately. The drug dealer shares his theory. The outbreak isn't God's doing, but nature's revenge for how humans destroyed the planet. Just then, Joseph hears screams and runs to find zombified Lilith eating Lysol's genitals. Meanwhile, Jizugu, Trailer, Shooker, and Bumper go to an abandoned garage to search for fuel. Bumper rigs a trap, luring a zombie who trips on the rope and gets shot by Trailer. Inside, Jizugu has already killed all the zombies by himself. Joseph tries to bring the wounded Lysol to Joss, but Lysol insists they sound the alarm, then hugs Joseph, only to suddenly stab him. He blames Joseph for letting outsiders in and causing all this. Lysol and the dealer release Lilith to infect the white refugees. Bleeding, Joseph runs to the dorm and slams the door shut. Chaos erupts outside. Joss urges people to stay calm and use the emergency exit, but a panicked man rushes out and is immediately torn apart. His blood seeps under the door. Trailer and his crew return to find the refuge overrun. They contact Joss by radio. She's hiding in the basement with survivors. Shooker opens the main gate, and Bumper lures the zombies away with loud music, driving off as they chase the sound. Realizing danger remains, Trailer tells Shooker to bring the truck. Jizugu kills a crawling zombie with his sword. They enter the dorm and fight their way through to the basement. There, they find Joss and Joseph trying to barricade a door. Jizugu cuts off the zombies' reaching arms while Trailer uses a knife to wedge the door shut. They tell the survivors to head for the waiting truck. Jizugu tells Shooker to drive the survivors out. Realizing the door won't hold, Trailer tells them to leave him behind. On the count of 3, Jizugu opens the door, and Bumper arrives just in time. As the others escape, Trailer is swarmed by zombies and killed on the stairs. Lysol, the dealer, and their gang have taken white survivors and a zombie hostage. They force one woman to make a fake radio call claiming there's a massacre in a church. Jizugu responds and promises to come. As soon as the call ends, Lysol releases the zombie, and the woman is eaten alive. By morning, the dealer is preparing to burn the survivors. Jizigu suddenly appears and decapitates him with his sword. Outside, Joss helps Charlie give birth while Bumper guards them. But then he's stabbed in the chest by Lysol. Lysol drags Charlie out and releases a zombie from a car trunk. Joss opens fire but misses and runs out of bullets. The zombie bites Charlie's neck. Joseph arrives just in time and kills the creature by cutting off its head. Jizigu tells Joseph to punish Lysol. Joseph takes a knife. Before he dies, Lysol admits he let Lilith in intentionally, inspired by Joseph and Charlie's relationship. Jizigu fires his gun into the air, drawing a horde of zombies who eat Lysol alive. The family walks to the shore, only to find their boat is on fire. Just as all hope seems lost, Shooker appears with another boat, having heard the gunfire. Joss, Charlie, and Joseph prepare to board. But Jizigu refuses to leave. This is his land, his final stand. After a tearful goodbye with his grandson, Jizigu stays and fights the oncoming zombie horde. He kills many but is eventually overwhelmed and dies honorably on his own land. During the boat ride, Charlie gives birth to a healthy baby girl. Joseph hands her to Charlie, who holds her briefly before sensing her transformation beginning. She gives the baby to Joss, turns to Joseph, and whispers, "Do what you must." In tears, Joseph shoots her in the head. The baby starts to cry as Joseph breaks down in grief.